Cause you think that you fucking with me, nigga, stop. Look, bitch, who I be. Big Spud the band, man. Come forward with me, I can do what your man can. If you can't bust it for me, then your fan can. I'm pushing P, have them so for they land, man. As it gets, and I don't need no stamp, man. I'm in the bank with no gun like I'm Van. These niggas be bitches.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Talking That Talk official podcast, where we have comfortable and uncomfortable conversation. I am your host, Juice, aka No Ordinary Brother.
All right, what's good, world? I go by the name of King Exodus, aka X.
All right, bro. We got something new coming to this platform right now. Something new, something new, something new, something great, something incredible, man. Oh, man. Let me tell y'all a little story real quick, man. I met this brother on the platform right now. I'm introducing y'all to on Clubhouse, right? During that night, like, y'all know I don't glare on Clubhouse, but I just happened to be on there one day, and I was just listening to a conversation. And it started off with something tribal to something more on a Islamic and Muslim level. So the brother got on the platform, started explaining his lifestyle, what he's been through, his trials and tribulation. I was like, man, this dude sounds interesting. So the more as the conversation went on, from books to like political views, religion, like I said, trials and tribulation, it just kind of made me grow more towards the individual. I was like, man, he got something to say. And next you know, he's an artist. He also does a lot of different other things, man. He just did a casting call. I was like, yo, this man's just going to be blowing up anytime soon, y'all. So, yo, coming to the platform, I got Big Spud, man. What's up, brother?
Man, what's up, man? What's up, man? I appreciate that introduction, man. I'm honored to be on here with you, man. Can't lie to you, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right. So, as usual, man, for everybody that's tapping in, make sure you follow the brother, Big Spud. Make sure you tap in and Talking and Talk official podcast. This will be on YouTube, so if you're watching it on YouTube, make sure you share the video. You're watching it on IG, make sure you share it live. All right, so just getting into it, bro. So what was your, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could be doing anything with your life right now, but you're deciding to be an artist, a hip-hop artist. So what's the biggest motivation behind that?
You know, it's a lot. It's a combination of things, you know. I think that number one, I think that it's the expression for me. You know what I mean? Like when I looked on the TV, when I looked at, like, back when people had CDs, when I used to look at these CD covers and stuff like that. Like I seen myself, you know what I'm saying, and I seen my environment around me. You know what I mean? Like when you see, like, you know, like cars on 26s and, you know what I'm saying, people wearing chains, niggas rocking ice, and they talking about a certain lifestyle that was just going on around me. And, like, I don't know, it just made sense. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like everything, like, to a certain degree, everything around me was kind of like washed. You know what I mean? Like, they want you to be this type of way. They want you to not speak on these type of things when certain people come around. You know what I'm saying? You don't use slang when you're at school. Like, certain things, it just didn't make sense to me. And rap music was like one of those things that is just raw. I can be myself to the fullest extent. And I think that's what attracted me to being a rapper more than anything else. The fact that it's our culture, and, you know, I just wanted to be the face of my own culture. You know what I mean? I didn't want to be like a white guy. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's what's up. Okay, so man, so I gotta ask, man, like because not every artist goes through this. Like you ever was employed? Like, you know, some people, you know, just rap, some people just, you know, made things happen. Like, what about you when it came to that? Was you working and putting money into the studio? You know, parents was like, hey, go to school, we'll pay for you to we'll pay for your studio. Like, how'd they come about?
That's an interesting question. I ain't gonna lie to you, cause I always wanted to be a rapper ever since I was a kid. So like, my parents and my step parents, like, they all wanted they wanted to fund my dream as long as I did right in school. So when I was doing right in school, I had people that were behind me, and then once I started doing bad in school, then they got away from that. So I had to find other avenues in order to be that rapper. You know what I mean? Like, it was a point in time where I was rapping in my closet, and my mother was the one who bought me my first, like, studio equipment. You feel me?
Shout out to mom. Shout out to mom.
Man, you feel me? Like, I remember I was 16 years old. She bought my mic, my interface, all that. You feel me? I had to get my own computer, but I mean, she helped me. She helped me out a lot with that. You feel me?
Okay. Alrighty. Alrighty. You mentioned like in one of your previous statements, like you had a vision. 50 Cent, he was like, look, when he wanted to get his first foreign car, he carried like a little toy car in his pocket that was a foreign car, and that like connected him to that vision. So what do you do to like help connect to your vision of you being like, you know what I'm saying, like the future you in the hip hop game, doing your thing, you know what I'm saying, selling the amount of records that you want to sell or whatever. How do you connect with that vision?
Um, I think I think as a kid I used to do a lot of visualization, and I used to watch a lot of music videos and just listen to a lot of. No, so I used to listen to a lot of stuff, but I think that I'm kind of beyond that at this point in my life. So I think it's just inside me at this point. So the only thing that I have to do is just move to the places that I'm supposed to move, and like my subconscious reacts to my environment at this point. So
Gotcha.
I don't have to like, carry a picture in my wallet or something like that. I've done stuff like that where I've like taken
Mm.
pictures of my favorite rappers and pinned them all against the wall and made an entire collage of who I wanted to be like. But now I'm at a point in my life where I don't want to be like any of them. I want to be myself. So I can't like carry a picture of Tupac in my pocket no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I want to be myself, which means I have to go to these places and actually show you who the fuck Big Spud is. I can't show you who I want to be. I'm showing you who I am. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
Gotcha. 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 Okay.
Man, look, you talk with a lot of awareness, man. Like I feel like you like a little bit of The Secret. I kind of feel like I don't know if you read that book or not, man.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of awareness, man. I'm kind of curious, like, uh, where did your journey to self-awareness come into place? Because you know, it's sometimes it comes later on for people in life. Sometimes it comes early, like was it books or you was always around older adults? Like, what was that?
I've always kind of been self-aware. Like all my life, I've been self-aware. And even with self-awareness, sometimes people don't have like the outlets to show that they're self-aware. Or when you grow up in a certain environment where everybody is indoctrinated with this one thing, and your self-awareness is different from the indoctrination, then you get labeled, certain derogatory terms. You know what I mean? Like they'll label you as like crazy, or he ain't got it all. He's stuck on this and he ain't gonna really be nothing. You know what I mean? Like you get labeled that type of stuff. Like for example, like if you grow up in a place where there's nothing but Christians and you question the Bible, everybody will condemn you to hell just because you question something that you read. You know what I mean? Because most people they're taught to just take this and be quiet. You know what I mean? So like with that being said, like of course I hung around older people and they enhanced my vision to a certain degree. I gotta give a big ode to my parents because my parents are like it's crazy to have two people that are like hyper intelligent as your parents and they both come from the street. So like you get the best of both worlds. Like personally, I probably would have never had to jump in the street to be the type of person that I am if I just would have listened to my parents. I would still be the same person whether I would have jumped into the street or not because the way that my parents are, they keep it so real and they both well educated, very intelligent people to where like a lot of stuff that I learned on my own or learned from having big homies, you know what I'm saying, in the neighborhood. I really would have never needed that. My mom and my dad are my real big homies, just being 100. You feel me? Because they ain't never told me nothing wrong. My big homies told me all the wrong shit. And I had to go unlearn the wrong shit that they told me.
Mm.
Learn to relearn.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, for
yeah, man.
sure.
All right.
All right. So let's keep it there with that same energy. How do you incorporate all that into like your message throughout your music? Like, does the music match, you know what I'm saying, the energy that you just explained? Or is it like a different persona at the same time?
Um, it matches it without me having to say it. Like at some point in time, growing up, when you rapping about your story, you're gonna put those type of details in there. You feel me? But like the way that I'm on with my music now, I know that a lot of people ain't really trying to hear all that shit. You feel me? They wanna hear like the hardest beat and they wanna hear me tell the truth, but they wanna hear a lot of what I'm saying? They wanna hear the Big Spud album, that's what they wanna hear. They don't wanna hear me get too personal, not right now. You feel me? So like the energy comes out the way that it's supposed to, and then we have like interviews like this to where I can be in depth about it to where people can understand where I am at a personal level, because you know the music is really a feeling. The music, I ain't gonna say it's not meant for life stories, because it's definitely meant for that, but it's really a feeling. At, you know what I'm saying, first and foremost, you got to move the body, and then when they get to know you better, then you can start incorporating that type of stuff. I think I did a lot of that in my early work though.
I like that. I like that. Okay.
Man.
I like that. That's
Woo,
good.
okay, look, I'm about to say, let's keep it right there one more time. One more time. I got a question, man. You mentioned you have parents and step parents. What was that experience like? Because a lot of people, they never like had both parents in the households, and people, some people ain't never seen like the power of actually having four parents. And you know, you know what I'm saying? It's power in four parents just as power as two parents. So I'm kind of curious on that. Like, give me, you know, tell me about it.
Well, truth be told, bro, like I ain't gonna lie, like growing up, I really like, just being personal, I didn't really like my stepfather growing up, because I wanted my father to be my father, and it was times where he wasn't around. You know what I mean? So the things that I learned from my stepfather, and he was a very active person in my life, but I didn't really appreciate him until I got older. You know what I mean? And I started looking back on the things that he taught me. You know what I'm saying? And like on my dad's end, I think that the step parent that I had on my dad's end was more of a sympathizer for my father, because parents, they have their beef, and everybody got their side to the story. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not here to say who's right. I'm not here to say who's wrong. That's really not my business. That's y'all relationship. You know what I'm saying? But when you grow up hearing one side and there's some truth to that side, but then you come over here and now you have a problem with your father, then you have your stepmother to say, well, you can't. Your daddy really care about you. Your daddy love you. This how your daddy feel. Your daddy did this when you was gone, and he felt this type of way when he couldn't see you. You know what I mean? So it's, you know what I'm saying, it's a paradox, but it's a good paradox, because as a man, you don't really express yourself, not even to your kids. So it's certain things that I would have never known about my father if he didn't have another woman after him and my mother didn't work out. You know what I mean? So that's really what it's like, honestly. You feel me? Like, you got your a double father figure, double mother figure. It's pretty cool, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Man, I want to say thank you for sharing that, because for instance, man, like you got individuals right now that are gonna go through that path, or they might step in and want to be a step parent to an individual. So it's I feel like it's valuable to be able to share the life experience that the ones that actually had it had, and they'll know what to look for at the same time. What can they work on? Just sharing them a little bit of that knowledge, it helps them become a better person as they interact
Yeah, for sure
with that situation.
Okay. Alrighty. So kind of staying around those key points. You talk with a lot of growth. You know what I mean? Like you've, you know what I'm saying, had your fair share of experiences, and then it seems like you've grown a lot throughout time. I guess it's a two-part. What is your age? And then at the same time, how do you incorporate those growth lessons into like how you filter that energy and towards the music? Like you said, some key shit. Like, I understand I gotta catch people now, and then I can do shit like this so they can get to know the real me. A lot of people would just sell who they are 100%, and even if it don't work, they'll still be locked into that method. So you already aware of analytics and how people gonna vibe to you. So like, how did you grow throughout time with your music? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Well, y'all gotta understand, bro. I've been rapping 23 years now. I'm 27. So I've been rapping like 23 years now. So I've been through a lot of phases with music, and I, you know what I'm saying, and I just understand what works and what doesn't work. I understand what my core audience likes. My core audience likes to hear about me talk about the streets in the most, I ain't gonna say the most lyrical way, but the rawest way. You know what I'm saying? And with those type of punchlines that don't nobody say. You feel me? Like everybody say they balling like the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? But like nobody say like I put the drum on the stick like American Bandstand, went on the hit, I jumped out the trash can. Like people don't say stuff like that. You feel me? Like when you say certain things that other people don't say, like that's what made me a fan of Lil Wayne, because all his punchlines like they weren't basic. You know what I mean? So like I guess like by me knowing and by me going through these different phases of where like I felt like J. Cole was my competition because that's my favorite rapper. So I started rapping like J. Cole, thinking that I can tell my story in this type of way on these type of beats. And the people who already listen to me, they gonna like it because they like me. And then they started falling off from that because they don't want to hear that shit. They want to hear what I started with. You feel me? So like I guess that like at that point, with that being said, but with how music is like continuously evolving, you have to be able to keep up with the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Pac can say something like, "Mama, forgive me, I'm a thug nigga hanging around some paranoid drug dealers," and that's motivational. But in the 90s, niggas was singing that in the club. You feel me? But niggas ain't singing no shit like that in the club in 2022 going into 2023. That's not what they saying. You feel me? So like the young niggas got the swag. So you gotta go with what the swag is. You feel me? That ain't what's popping right now. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally, I can get in my car and play anything from this year all the way to fucking Straight Outta Compton. You feel me? Like I can play that and be completely comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But the people who are the fans of today's hip hop, they don't want to hear that, bro. And you feel me? If you want to be relevant, then you gotta give these folks what they want to hear, man. Don't nobody want to hear all that, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Man. Oh man, I was gonna say that was powerful because literally as you was talking, I was thinking of J. Cole earlier when he was like, man, I gotta give them what they want before I can give them the other side. J. Cole said the same line. He said, look, man, I had to feed them what they wanted until I get to the stage I could just be myself. That's a major thing that a lot of people don't actually understand when it comes to music, right? 50 Cent said it himself. He said he realized when he wasn't selling as much records, it was time to exit out. He realized what was hot. He started going to the club, listening to the new music, the airways, how people are moving, what's the new thing. And he said, well, once I heard the sound, I knew it was my time to exit hip hop because they're on a whole different wave and he couldn't keep up. You know, but every once in a while he could come with a banger, but he's already like solidified. But yeah, right. That's absolutely right. When it comes to this game. So even when it comes on that notion.
Cool deal. All right, yeah. Responding to a quick question, bro's a rapper. So let's go here. Was there ever a time that you, for whatever reasons, you felt like quitting rap? Like maybe the personal life wasn't clicking, maybe the music wasn't clicking, whatever. Was there ever a time that you felt like, man, you know what? I'm done with this shit at this moment?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Okay.
Bro, 2 years ago, I was doing this shit for 21 years. I was done with that shit. But let me tell you why though. Like, I was done with it because, okay, in 2019, I had just became Muslim. That's one thing. And like I did at the time, I didn't know how to balance Islam with music. You feel me? I was on a whole different path. I was reading a whole lot of different material, and you know, like the music just wasn't really in me. I was still recording songs, but I didn't have no confidence to drop a project. So I was kind of like done with it. So then like when the pandemic hit, the George Floyd incident came, and I always been like a political type of person. I've always been aware of politics. Like anybody who's known me since a child, they know, you know what I'm saying when I say that. So I've always been able to talk about these type of things because I'm the type of person that would sit on the porch with my granddaddy and debate with him all night. You know what I'm saying? And my granddaddy, he remember when niggas couldn't drink out of certain water fountains. He remember when they had to call, what you call it, the not the Coast Guard, whatever that military force is that you know what I'm saying comes inside of our borders. You remember when they had to call them because they was desegregating schools and white people was trying to beat up on black kids when they was desegregating schools. You know what I'm saying? So I would sit up here and debate with him. So when the George Floyd incident hit and it was just like turmoil around the whole country, including my city. We had our own protest about the situation, and I just looked at it like I'm standing on Islam. I'm standing for the right thing, and my granddaddy did this before. It's my time to do this. So I started doing the protests. I started making speeches, going against city council. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm from Alabama. Y'all know what that is. So I'm standing up against that. You feel me? So, like, and to be honest, once I started kicking it with a lot of activists and kicking it with the right politicians and moving around, moving for my community, nothing felt better than that. There was nothing in this world that felt better than the fact that I get a phone call and say, hey, they kicking these people out their apartments for no reason. And now me and my, you know what I'm saying, like, we all gang together and go and harass the landlord, like, why are you kicking these people out for whatever reason? And we harass them so bad that they let these people move their stuff back in. Like, nothing feels better than standing up for the right shit. No, you know what I'm saying, no amount of music could do that for me. You feel me? So at that point, I had retired. Like, I was done with it. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, in March of 2021, my younger brother got killed. And when he got killed, like, I didn't really know how to express myself. I was like, I had the words, but there was no way to, oh, shit, my bad. I had no way to, like, make it right. You know what I'm saying? Like, up here. So, like, literally, my brother got killed March the 17th, 2021. By April the 20th, I was gone. I left Alabama. Like, I was done. I packed I'm lying, I ain't packed shit. I packed a pair of shoes. I took the clothes on my back and a pair of shoes, and I went to Los Angeles. And I started working on this project called 10 for 10. Because my brother, his nickname was Ben 10. He got the nickname for shooting dice. You know how you know what I'm saying, you shoot the 5-5 and Ben 10. So my brother name was Ben 10, so I made this project called 10 for 10. And it was an ode to him. And his birthday was September the 7th, so I dropped it on September the 7th. And that was like my reinsertion back into music, because if it wasn't for that, I would have been done. We wouldn't be talking right now. Or we'll be talking, but it'll be on a different level. It'll be on something else. So yeah, so that's what really brought me back into it, but I was all the way done with it. So once I had did that, shit, it was like, fuck it, you might as well keep going. I met some good people in LA. You know what I'm saying? I started reinventing myself, and I just started pushing towards the sound that I have now, to where this is what niggas want to hear, instead of you gonna like it, you gonna like whatever the fuck I put out. Fuck what you asking for. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was just the evolution of it.
Bet. I can just double up on that one real quick. So, and man, that's a lot. That's deep. So, do you ever feel pressure at the same time behind having that experiences, putting that energy, like that's a motivational factor? So, do you feel like pressure at the same time behind it? Because it's like sometimes the same shit that can motivate a person can also bring back some trauma or bring back shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Not to get too deep into it, but do you ever feel pressured by the same shit that motivates you?
Yeah, but I invite the pressure. I like the pressure. You got, like, in order to be a man, you gotta have pressure. Like, how the fuck is you gonna be a man if you can't take no pressure, bro? You feel me? Like, what I'm supposed to do, like, sit down and bitch about it and cry about it? Like, hell nah. Like, you know what I'm saying? That ain't what it is to do, bro. You feel me? If you gonna be something in life, you know what I'm saying? Whether you a man or a woman, but especially a man, because a woman can just look beautiful on Instagram and somebody will come snatch her up, put her on a yacht in Dubai or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Like, a woman already has her value. She don't have to work for her value. A man has to work for his value, especially in this day and age with social media, bro. Like, you feel me? Too many rich niggas on Instagram, bro. You feel me? What Kanye said, Instagram got your bitch. Instagram got your bitch, bro. I ain't gonna cap it down, bro. So, like, I invite the pressure. I love the pressure. You feel me? So it's not a sense to where, like, it brings me down, but it makes me go harder, because, like, at this point I feel like I'm doing it for him. You know what I'm saying? My little brother was turned when he was out here. You feel me? So like I feel like I gotta be turned like he was turned every day. You feel me? And that, you know what I'm saying? And that's my reason for keeping it going. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. Like I changed my whole name. I used to be MBK Spudway, but now I'm Big Spud because that's just how turned I am now. I ain't the little one no more. I'm the big one. And you gotta see me. That's just how I feel about it.
Like that, like that. Hey man, that let me know a lot about your character, a lot about your, like you say, your manhood, your everything. Like that says a lot. That speaks volume, man. We gonna clip that part up right there. That's gonna be a clip.
Then he graduated. He said, you know, little Bow Wow. No, I ain't little no more. Just Bow Wow.
Hey, we're gonna be Chad one day,
Yeah,
man.
you
We're
know
gonna be
what I'm saying?
Chad.
You know what I'm saying?
Straight like that.
All
I like
right.
that.
So I got a question, man. You said you had gave up the rap game at one point in time. What was your life gonna be like if you gave up rap? What was you gonna do?
Mm, the same thing I do now, just it just wouldn't be on wax. You feel me? So
Mm.
you feel me? I still be pushing entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying? I still be standing with my community. I still be talking to young, you know what I'm saying, young niggas telling them you ain't gotta do that because you gonna do that thinking you keeping this shit real and these niggas gonna fold on you. You gonna go to jail and the niggas ain't gonna send you $1. Only motherfucker gonna pick up the phone is maybe a girl that love you. And even though she love you, she gonna hang up that phone and probably still fucking a nigga. She probably fucking a nigga before you call and she pick up the phone and say, be quiet, he called. And she still sending the money. You feel me? So like I
Mhm.
still like everything that I'm doing right now, I would still be doing it the way that I, you know what I'm saying, I just came from a casting call. I still be, you know what I'm saying, trying to pursue acting or everything that I'm doing, it just wouldn't be no music behind it. You feel me? I just was done with the music. I think and truth be told, like I think that I was just frustrated with the music because I couldn't find my own sound. You know what I'm saying? Like I know the lyrics was good, shit, the songs
Mhm.
was good, but when
Mhm.
you pull up to the hood on your partners, if your partners ain't
Mhm.
bouncing their heads to that shit, it ain't good. These the niggas you with every day. They know you living this shit, but they like, yeah, that shit hard, but niggas don't want to hear that shit. When your partners tell you that to your face, bro, it is what it is, bro. You feel me? So you gotta find yourself. And I think that the time that I took off gave me time to find myself, but I also needed a new environment. Like Los Angeles was just an environment. It's unspeakable, bro. Like especially you come from Mobile, Alabama, to you know what I'm saying. Like my hometown, at the most we got about 250,000 people, which is a lot of people because a lot of people come from country towns and they ain't got 1,000. But when you go into the second largest city in the fucking country, everybody's here. Every type of vibe, every type of everything. You just can't knock that vibe, bro. You feel me? You gotta come out a monster, or it's gonna break you, and you're gonna go back home broken. You feel me? So it's one or the other. And like I say, I invite the pressure. So it is what it is at that point.
Man, gotta applaud you on that, man. That's the most gangster shit you could do sometimes in life is take the show on the road.
Hell
When you do
yeah.
that, you're willing to adapt to any new experience. That says a lot about your character.
I feel
All
like
right.
I feel like I was bigger in Los Angeles than I ever was in my hometown. And you feel me? I was somebody in my hometown, bro. I ain't you feel me? Like niggas know me. Like all age groups, older niggas, my age and younger niggas, they know me. And it ain't even about the music. It's about the music for certain age groups, but the other people they just know me for being a reputable individual. You feel me? That's respectable. I don't do no fuck shit. You feel me? I don't play like that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that my reputation precedes itself. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, I'm somebody where I'm from. But I feel like I'm way bigger in Los Angeles because these niggas don't know me from a can of paint, and I still got the same reputation there that I had at home. So I think that speaks volumes on, you know what I'm saying, how I carry myself and how I was raised. And I feel like I was raised by, you know what I'm saying, real individuals because everybody can't go to LA and do that. You see it all the time, bro. People go to LA and get robbed, all type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like places that rappers been got robbed and certain things that happen to them. I frequent those places. You feel me? Like, and don't shit happen to me. Not to brag on it, you feel me? I haven't do a lot that I, you know what I'm saying, I'm protected, but at the same time, bro, like, it's just different.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got home game and away games. You perform at both. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So let's go here. Off the top of your dome, man, what's the most difficult song you recorded? Maybe it was the cadence, it was hard to catch. The beat was a little different for you. Writing it was a little difficult. What was the most difficult song you worked on?
On the project or just ever?
We can go ever. We can go ever. Yeah. It ain't got to be on the project. We can go ever.
Okay, I give you two. I give you two. The first one is a song I made when I was about 14 years old. It's called Lord I Know. It was one like one of the first songs when I recorded it. Like people in my city, people in my school, like and people my age, that was like the first song that they really had liked by me. That was really the first song I had ever put out. So I think that one was a very tough song because I wrote it when I was locked up. I was 14 and I was locked up when I wrote it. And at that time, I had been to juvenile hall a few times, but this particular time, I had never been locked up that long. And the fact that you 14 years old and you shower when they tell you to shower, you eat when they tell you to eat. You can't just get up and pick up the phone. You can't, you know what I'm saying, get on the computer. You can't call your girlfriend. Like, that type of shit take a toll on you. Like, people say, oh, it's juvenile hall, it ain't prison. And to an extent, you're right. But at the same time, bro, like, you still can't go the fuck home. You feel me? So I think that at that point, it was taking a toll on me, and I was getting into a lot of fights. And I actually wrote the hook in ISO. Like I was in an ISO cell, and when I wrote the hook, I cried like real tears on the page. And I had never in my life cried making a song ever. To this day, I still ain't cried. Like that's the only song I ever made and cried. So like I think that that's probably the hardest song. And the second hardest song, Rubber Band Man. You know what I'm saying? The intro to the mixtape, that was one of the hardest songs that I ever made, bro. And just off the sheer fact of how much time it took for me to make it. You feel me? So like, first of all, that song wasn't even supposed to be on the album. It was not supposed to make it. But like, I'm out here in Atlanta, and you know, T.I., he holds like showcases at his restaurant, Trap City Cafe. T.I., one of my favorite rappers. So I'm knowing that he got this showcase, and I got this catalog full of dope ass songs that's finna drop. You know what I'm saying? This before Big Spud dropped. So I'm like, I got this catalog of shit that I can just put out there. But I'm like, damn, this Tip, I need to impress Tip. Like, if Tip hit my song and he just, nigga, I can stop rapping today. Tip know I'm hard. I ain't never got to blow up. That's how I felt about it. You feel me? So I had found this sample. I found this sample beat maybe like a week before. And I was like, bro, I need to go ahead and use it. And this is the perfect time to use it. So he holds the showcases on Thursday. So it was Wednesday. I went to the Street Execs, the same studio where Bankroll Fresh got killed at. I was at Street Execs. And the goal was to make 2 songs, and I was supposed to spend like 3 hours. It'll take me 3 hours to make a song with mixing and mastering. It'll take me 3 hours to make 2 songs. So I was so caught up on impressing T.I. with this song to the point where it took me like 5 hours just to make this one song. And because I just wanted to be so concise, and I didn't want to say some shit that nobody wanted to hear. I wanted to make sure that every single line was clear, and that, you feel me, it'll make Tip face twist up when I say every fucking bar. You feel me? So it took me 5 hours to make that one song. So I definitely say that was one of the hardest songs that, you know what I'm saying, it was the hardest song for me to make. I ain't gonna cap you down. And that's literally like, you go look at my Apple Music, it's the top song. It's killing like every song I done put out. It's the top one.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Your transition to be a Muslim, man. How was that? You know what I'm saying? I know everybody has different experiences when it comes to that. Now, some people transfer. I just seen people from Muslim transfer, transition to Christianity, the Buddhist. You know, how was that? Like, how was that connection for you? You know, that made you convert?
It was tedious. It was tedious work, but it was work that I wanted to do. You know, when you want to do something, it don't seem as hard as it really is. So, I think, okay, first I read the autobiography of Malcolm X. Okay, like me personally, like in school, I had a like an above average reading level. Like my reading level was always above my grade. So like if I was in the second grade, my reading level was at the fifth grade type. No, so I was that type of person. But I didn't read books. I played video games. You had to make me read a book. It had to be for a book report. The only way that I'm reading a book. Like I don't read. You know what I'm saying? So when I was about 19, 18 or 19, one of my homegirls had bought me the autobiography of Malcolm X, like as a Christmas gift, which is crazy because Muslims don't celebrate Christmas, but it was a Christmas gift. So I had ended up getting into some trouble. You know what I'm saying? I called it, you know what I'm saying? I called it a drug case. You know what I'm saying? Back home, and in the initial search warrant, they, you know what I'm saying, they came through my house and they couldn't find anything. So they really didn't have a case against me. So because of that, they were following me, trying to catch me sleeping. So they followed me one time. They followed me one night and they tried to catch me sleeping. They couldn't get much off of me. And I knew that it was time for me to leave. So I ended up going up to Atlanta. And I stayed in Atlanta for a while. In Atlanta, when I moved to Atlanta for the first time, that was like the first time I ever had a peace of mind since I jumped into the street, because you know I can't go outside. Like ain't no hood in Atlanta, my hood, so I can't just go outside in Atlanta. So that was the first time that I ever had a chance to actually sit down and read a book. So once I read the autobiography of Malcolm X, at that point, it's like I knew I was gonna be Muslim, but I didn't want to just jump into no, so I didn't want to just jump into another religion because I already had doubts about Christianity like back in middle school. So I didn't know what to think of it at first. So I wanted to learn about everything that I could learn about, like what was God outside of religion. You get what I'm saying? So like how you brought up The Secret. The Secret was one of those books and one of those movies that I caught on to right after I read the autobiography of Malcolm X. You feel me? And then like I went into a lot of stuff like Greek mythology, you know what I'm saying, like Socrates, Plato, you know, Einstein, all these, you know what I'm saying, Egyptians, all that type of stuff. Like I went into a lot of like different types of knowledge, and I went on like a 4 to 5 year journey while I was learning these things. I started like I ended up going to college, a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And then like at the end of my journey, I finally had just picked up a Quran. And when I read the Quran, like when I read it and understood it for the first time, it took every single book, every single YouTube video, every single everything that I had ever studied. It took all that and put it into perspective to, okay, what's right, what's wrong, you know what I'm saying? What, you know what I'm saying? It just like Islam is just a superior knowledge when it comes to the religious spectrum. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not a biased type of person. Like I personally feel like if Christianity was the superior knowledge, I would be Christian. If Judaism was superior, I would be you know what I'm saying? I would be Jewish. If you know what I'm saying, Buddhism was, I'd be Buddhist. But I learned about all these things and I was able to make an unbiased, proper judgment on what was the superior knowledge that I could sit back and say, I can live by this. And that's how I ended up being Muslim. Can't lie to you.
And just backing you up on that, man, I read a lot of different books before I tapped into the Quran. And it was like, in the very beginning of the Quran, it's like, damn, I was like, this seems like a continuation from Revelations in the Bible.
And that's
And
exactly what
that's
it
the
is.
first attraction that I had to it. And I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? So from the Quran, even the branching off of like Orthodox, you know what I'm saying, faith within the Muslim faith, even the Americanized versions, we get the supreme mathematics, we get all these things that's inspired by the Quran. So I was like, damn, man, this is a very compelling force within the Black community that a lot of people gravitate to. You know what I mean? It's like the most reforming book that Black people have attached to and changed their lives, like hands down.
Most definitely.
Can't even argue that or debate it. You know what I mean? Even if people grow past it within their own reasons or whatever, that's still a fundamental step within their progression. So I definitely back you up on that. All right, so let's get back into the music, man. If you could pick like 2 artists, dead or alive, who would you collaborate with? Any 2.
Tupac for sure. That's one.
Mm. Any genre,
Um,
it doesn't matter. We gotta be hip hop. Any dead or alive, any artist.
Michael Jackson.
I can Mike. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I like Mike. Mike raw. I ain't gonna lie. That nigga raw.
Mike went to the hood too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
One
I can
thing,
fuck.
one thing about Mike that I
Mhm.
like, Mike tell them stories, and
Yeah.
I think it's his off. I think it's his outside of music persona
Mhm.
that makes it seem like he like a square or something. But when you
If you
really listening to what he talking about on them songs, he popping some shit on there. Like
yeah.
Billie Jean, he popping shit on the Smooth Criminal, he popping on the Dirty
Yeah.
Diana, he popping shit. Like man, Mike
Mhm.
was getting some hoes, man. Y'all niggas tripping. Like Mike was just that nigga, bro. And like when you really
Okay.
like even if you just like if you take away the actual beat, cause the beat was everything, but if you take away just the music and just listen
Mhm.
to his shit a cappella, if you just go on Apple Music and look at the lyrics and just watch him go up and down and just read it like a book, you can see that he was talking about some shit. Like
Mhm.
that shit ain't pop for real. That shit is storytelling, like the true
Mhm.
art of storytelling.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Mm.
So
Okay.
if I was to take Mike out, then it had to be Quincy Jones. I love him to be my producer. Like Quincy Jones or
Ah,
like
man.
Dr. Dre.
Yo,
You showing your
Yeah,
age on this one.
yeah,
You
one of
know
those
what Quincy
producers
is.
that's like
Mhm.
you feel like a perfectionist that'll make
Mhm.
you say the
That's true.
same line 50 times. One of them niggas, like, yeah, it'll be somebody like that.
Yeah, you showing your age on that one, man. A lot of these kids, man, y'all go study Quincy Jones. That's your homework
Man,
assignment.
man, Quincy
So,
Jones had his hand on damn near every genre
yeah,
of music since like the 1930s, man. He is like that.
yeah, yeah.
That man like that, bro. I hope
Man,
I get to meet him one day though. I ain't gonna lie. He liked it.
for sure. For
all right, all right. I got one of my favorite questions I like to ask anybody is
sure.
what's one thing you value that's tangible and one thing you value that's not tangible?
Um, tangible. Something that's tangible. Like tangible as in material. Like you can't really see it, but you can. I mean, you can see it. You can
No,
touch it.
yeah,
Tangible is like
material, like something you
Yeah,
value. It could
yeah,
be a necklace, a book, or and
yeah, anything
non-tangible.
physical is
yeah, and
non-physical.
Yeah,
non-tangible is
basically,
like. So
No,
like, let me ask you, like, is a relationship like would that be intangible or would that be tangible?
I
they
would say a
basically because
relationship is tangible. Huh?
yeah, I'm
I
about to
would think
say it's tangible.
that's tangible. Yeah, yeah.
I
Unless
mean,
it's a relationship with yourself, then it's like bullshit. then
That would
I,
be that would be intangible, the relationship with self, because
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If
you can
it's
see the
with
results
self,
from it. Yeah. So physical and non-physical. What are the things that you value the most? That's physical and non-physical.
to be honest, bro, I don't think I really value anything that's like physical, if that makes sense. Like because like for example, like something that I would say that I value is a relationship with my family. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the relationship that I have with like my community. Like in a way that's tangible, but to me that's more of a like a spiritual, a mental connection. You know what I'm saying? So like I can say that's tangible, but at the same time I can't because like me personally, I'm not really a materialistic person. Like I understand money is important. I can go
Mhm.
get this money. You feel me? I can go spend it on whatever I
Mhm.
want to spend. I can go buy a pair of Gucci shoes today.
Mhm.
You feel me? Wear them hoes. Forgot how much I paid for them hoes, and then you know what I'm saying, put them hoes in the back of the closet and go put on some regular shoes. So like I don't really value any like particular material. You know what I mean? I think everything that matters to me comes from here and in here. You feel me? And I always kind of been that type of person. But like I was the type of person like if I was to get in trouble at school and my mama take away my TV and my game, I wouldn't really give a fuck. Like it just wouldn't bother me as much as like another kid. Like it'll make another kid like straighten up and change their ways. But I was more the person that was like, this is how I'm gonna act for whatever reason. I'm gonna act this way, and there's nothing that you can take from me to make me stop being like that.
Mm.
So I don't know. I guess intangible. Don't say anything intangible though. Like my relationship with God, my relationship with my family. You know what I'm saying? My community, the words that people give me, the words that I give them back. You know what I'm saying? Those are things that I really, truly care about. You know what I'm saying? Like anything material, bro. I wear the same shit all week. Like you feel me? I'll take a shower and all that type of shit, but like I don't really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like none of that shit really bothers me. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's not that type of person.
Oh, okay. Like now, I'm about to say, I'll give you another example. It could be like your grandmother's ring, or it could have been the Quran. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything of that nature. That's what I'm saying. Like something that you just the value that.
Yeah, yeah, but like as Muslims, it's our job to memorize the Quran in Arabic. So the Quran is here and the Quran is here. Like even before it was an actual book, it was passed down through memory. You know what I'm saying? So like it was taught, from God directly to Muhammad, or sometimes from the Holy Spirit directly to Muhammad. But either way it go, it was recited. It was recited and remembered by Muhammad, and then he taught it to the other Muslims, peace be upon him. You know what I'm saying? And then because Muhammad was illiterate, he couldn't read or write. So like people come out and they say stuff like, he got his ideas from here. He couldn't read. You know what I'm saying? Like so. You feel me? Like, so at the same time, like, yeah, you can say that, but it's only a symbol of what it really is. You know what I'm saying? Because where it's really supposed to be is right here and up here, and not just, on your bookshelf. You know what I mean? Because I have plenty of Qurans. I give Qurans away. You know what I'm saying? When somebody's interested in Islam, I give them away. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had a Quran. I'm like, this is my favorite Quran. But one of my close friends that I really care about, they want to they interested in Islam. I say, look, bro, this is my favorite one here, and I don't care about it no more because I know I can go get another. And that's how I treat all material. Like I can go get another one. I don't, you know what I'm saying? So it don't really matter.
Just tapping in further on that point. You know what I mean? Like when they presented, well, Prophet Muhammad got visited by the angel Jibril. He gave him the recitation. So it's about the recitation and the memorizing of the scripture. And then
pondering on the words and living by it.
Which is reading. So yeah, that's very fundamental within that practice for sure. I can't say 100%. Kind of getting back into this music game, man. With all the rappers dying right now, right? Let's say we blow up right now. You know what I mean? Big Spud is that nigga. You know what I mean? Is we moving with security when we moving into these cities and states, or is we playing these same games? We tapping in and we playing. Is we popping up in hoods? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Or is we like strictly on some security shit? I'm coming, I'm getting my money, and I'm leaving and going home. Or is we gonna be like doing the same street shit that's getting a lot of these rappers killed at the same time? Or we're gonna move a little, you know what I mean? Like what are we doing with the whole phenomenon of rappers dying right now?
Just being completely honest, bro. Like the way that I am right now, I don't pop up in nobody's hood now. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I understand, bro. Everybody's hood ain't my hood. So certain hoods, you gotta have you a pass before you even get in that motherfucker. You feel me? And then you gotta make sure that your pass to this hood is a reputable individual, and that he ain't even a snake that's trying to get you to the hood so that the wolves can feed on you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that if I was to blow up, I wouldn't do shit like that. Would I have security? I used to think like I would just employ my homeboys who are licensed to carry guns. You know what I'm saying? But truth be told, like I'm such a fan of like war strategies and stuff like that I would have professional security, and this would be my front line. Then I got my homeboys who would die for me with no money, and then then they will be the second line, and then you got to get through all these motherfuckers before you get to me. You feel me? Like I feel like I would do that, to be honest. So like, and the way that I move now, Like, honestly, if I was to blow up, I think that would be the one thing that I would miss, because the way that I move now, I move by myself, and I move so low key by myself that I pretty much go everywhere and don't really get bothered by people. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I was to show up to a dangerous area because I know somebody personally that's here, like, I don't never feel in danger, even though this is a dangerous area. Like, when I moved to California, I stayed in South Central when I first got there. Matter of fact, I stayed on South Central Avenue, the heart of Watts. You know what I'm saying? 87 in South Central. And then I moved from there and I moved to 59th and Slauson. You know what I'm saying? In the 5-9 Hoovers. You feel me? Not too far from the 60s. Like, I was there, but the way that I move, I don't bother nobody and don't nobody bother me. So, like, I know what I'm saying, I never lived my life in fear. But of course, when you become a rapper, you a target at this point because they know. So, like, yeah, so like when I get some money, I wouldn't live there no more. You know what I'm saying? I definitely wouldn't live there no more. But I think that the way that I am now is the way that I'm gonna be. The only difference is, like, I just probably wouldn't be alone as, you know what I'm saying, as alone as I'm used to being. And that'll probably be the only downside of blowing up. But that's a downside I'm willing to take in order to make millions of dollars, and my mama ain't gotta go to work no more. You know what I'm saying? So I'm willing to sacrifice my alone time to take care of my family. That, you know what I'm saying, that ain't no problem. So, you know what I'm saying, to answer your question, bro, like, you feel me? The bigger the bag, the smarter you move, bro. It is what it is, bro. I ain't no tough guy. You ain't gonna come fucking with me, but I ain't no tough nigga.
Yes,
This
sir. Yes,
nigga
sir.
spitting.
You play chess,
What
man?
is
You know how to play chess?
A little bit.
You said, yeah, it sounds like you play chess, man.
Yeah, I'm
Tough.
alright. My granddad and my uncle, they don't motherfuckers, though. I ain't never beat them before. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm alright a little bit. I can play a little bit.
Man, that's what's up. That's what's up. One of the major things I like what you said was you move in a professional manner. Me and X used to rap back in the Gap. And, you know what I'm saying, I don't know if we'll still get in the booth. I keep saying we're going to get in the booth, but I think he bullshitting. But anyway, I told him before, I was like, all right, bro, we still got homies around us that's down to do whatever. But I was like, bro, that's not the smartest move once you start making money. I said, one of the biggest ways you lose sponsorships, endorsements, bookings, and all that is when you have your entourage and none of them are in a professional manner, right? So you're responsible for everything. Your homeboy shoots somebody, you gotta bail him out, you gotta pay this for, like, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It's like, you might as well eliminate that, because I used to tell myself too, it's like, you know what? I figure I'll just pay for my homeboys to go get certified and get professionally trained. Then I realized, yeah, I'm gonna be responsible for that for two. You're gonna be responsible for that for two. So it's like you gotta eliminate all liabilities in order to maintain your money, right? We always talk. It's certain artists. Me and this man always talk about. One of them was 50 Cent. 50 always used to talk about. Look, man, the entourage was so crazy at a point. He started losing a lot of money. So he had to make examples out of his own team. Like, look, you fuck up one time, you gone, right? So there was a situation happened with Pop Smurf. Yeah, but was it Papa Smurf or
Bangle Smurf?
Bangle Smurf. There you go. Bangle Smurf. You know the story. So then, even as he start escalating up, you start seeing him with more professional security, right? I remember the biggest statement he made when he went to the MTV Awards with Vivica Fox. He had about 20 security jars with the G Unit shirt on. I was like, he's making the statement. I don't think y'all understand it right now. So, and then even to a point where basically Whack 100 tried to run up on 50 at a hotel. He had
agents.
He had military agents and guards with him, and he was in the middle walking by, and he just smiled at him. And they're like, well, shit, we can't touch him. He's with the whole military. So it's like, if you move in a military manner, then you know not to put yourself in situations where you can't win. You want to win in every situation, professionally and legally. So why not just hire a professional?
Right. And but all my homeboys is like, we already military minded like that anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because I think because of the, you know what I'm saying, like the way I educated myself with all these books, I started instilling that in my homeboys. You feel me? So like my homeboys know right now if they fuck up, I ain't fucking with them. Like people know that. Like they know, like you keep going back and forth to jail, bro, I'm start picking up the phone for you, bro. Cause you feel me? You on bullshit. Like I don't want to be around nobody that's on no bullshit, bro. Like we gonna get this money and we gonna stay out these four way, bro. We ain't gotta do all that extra shit. You know what I'm saying? To prove that we somebody, bro. Like that's not okay. You feel me? So I don't believe that you have to get to a certain level to start thinking like that, bro. You need to be
At
thinking,
all. It
yeah, you
starts
need
now.
like
It
You got
starts
to
you
already
gotta act like
move
you've
it
been there
like
before.
that.
You feel me? So like I'm already thinking like that now because that like thinking like that right now is what improves my quality of life. If I wasn't thinking like that right now, I'd probably be already dead. You know what I'm
That's
saying? I'd probably be in jail somewhere if I wasn't thinking like that already right now. You feel me? Like no rapper blows up thinking like that. You feel me? Like you can't. You got like you know what I'm saying. At some point in time, you know that you from that element, but you got to start separating yourself in a manner to where you can blow up. Like 50 is from that element, but 50 know like 50 knew that he had to kind of like ease up out of that.
yeah.
To even catch that Dr. Dre and Eminem deal. He had to ease up out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like Dirk is another one of them people. Like like
Dirk.
everybody know what
It's
going
a
on in
lot of
Chicago.
Mhm.
Everybody know what's going on in Chicago. You feel me? Every holiday it's a massacre. We all know what's going on. And you know, they know that Dirk and Chief Keef and people like that, they from that, but at some point in time, bro, you know what I'm saying? They better up here than that. You feel me? Because they don't stand on their block. You feel me? They don't go there. They don't even live in their hometown.
Mm.
what they say.
I like that.
Push,
I
push,
like
push the block until you hot. Yeah.
Exactly.
that. I like that. I like that, man.
So
And
T made that money with LA. He said, all right,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
no.
he's gone. He's
He's
gone.
like, I'm gone. I play Twitch
And
all day.
you feel me? And man, that man making beats. He making beats for the same person
Huh?
that beefing with Chicago niggas. Like that
Yeah,
shit don't even matter to him no more.
they don't. Live low, make money.
Exactly, bro. That shit ain't gonna get you nowhere, bro. All your homeboys that died behind this shit and went to jail behind this shit. Like you feel me? You gonna get big so you can still stand out here and die too. All these folks that died before we got here. What the fuck you think gonna happen to you? You think cause you up here you untouchable when you stand out here? Hell nah.
right,
Nigga,
right.
Tupac was the biggest shit in the world, bro. He got killed by a fucking gangbanger. That we would never know his name if he didn't kill Tupac.
Mm.
Uh,
Facts,
you
facts.
gotta be careful who you
I like
press.
that. I
Everybody
like
think that you look a certain way. You're not that type of like, hey, try that if you want to. I know some people.
You feel me?
I know some lanky dudes got some ranking. got some rank.
I
So
like
Man,
this. I like this.
man.
I like this, man. Most definitely, man. It shows, you know what I'm saying? Like when I ask questions on the platform and when we do this platform, we have up and coming artists and all that shit. It's real questions because it's like our experiences. You know what I'm saying? It's real life shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, not asking questions from the left or the right. We're asking questions from the middle because you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? We in that same progression stage. You know what I'm saying? You can look at some episodes, you know what I'm saying? Some episodes, we got fucking bandanas on our heads and flags on microphones and shit. And
Right.
then you can see the progression throughout time where we like, okay, bet, like I gotta leave that alone because that's not helping me reach my ultimate goal. So it's always like I think a balance for us being young black men being in the middle, you know what I mean? Like and not necessarily being to the left or to the right.
Mm-hmm.
right.
And I do know for a fact other men from different cultures, they don't really resonate with that information 100%. They don't understand that experience 100%. So
Mm-hmm.
to have somebody on the platform that's rapping, that's younger than both of us, and you so intellectual at the same time, that's powerful. Most definitely, you know what I mean? Like we all millennials, you know what I'm saying? We teased you about that shit. You know what I mean? Being a millennial. You know what I mean? That's powerful, man. I love to see young black men, most definitely younger than both of us, that has the intellectual capability to surpass the environment and still make shit happen in progress, man. So, hey,
Right.
I fucks with your music, your project, your mentality as well. At this particular point of the episode, man, if you just want to just promote the project more, tap into your project more, whatever songs you want to promote and push, you can feel free to do so. Yeah, we ain't gonna drill
Or
you
you can ask us a question if you want to. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I know it's about you, but everybody wants to ask sometimes the interviewers questions.
yeah.
All right, yeah. So let me just put this out. You know what I'm saying? Big Spud out right now. You know my the single to the project Spaz out is out there on YouTube right now.
Mhm.
You can find some of my later work. You know what I'm saying? It's all in the same artist platform. You know what I'm saying? Hey, like it is what it is, man. I ain't really got no long promo speech. You know what I'm saying? Just check me out. If you like me, you like me. If you don't like it, pass it on to somebody else who might like it. You know what I'm saying? But you can't say I'm not hard. You can't say I can't rap. That's gonna be one thing about it. Now, if you don't understand it or it ain't for you, that's cool, bro. Cause there's a lot of stuff that ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, you can't deny Big Spud, man. You cannot deny Big Spud, bro. Like I'm
Right.
the underdog, and I done stood on top of everybody, bro. And niggas know I'm standing on top of them, and that's why a lot of people won't even tell niggas who standing on top of them, bro, because they want to seem like they on top. But it's all good, man. But yeah, beyond that, man. I mean, you know what? Hey, tell me what it's like in Houston, man. Cause I ain't never been. I gotta come out there.
Hey, Houston is it's a big place. I would say that first and foremost is it's a very big place.
It's
Um,
spread out.
you
Yeah,
can have the best experiences in the world, and you can have the worst of the experiences in the world. And
right.
sometimes that shit could be across the street from each other, or it could be like, you know what I mean? Like it don't like distance ain't really the thing. Houston is
Right.
probably like what the top 5 biggest cities in the country.
For sure.
Um, through the recent years, Houston moved up in the murder rate and all that shit, but it's very it's so Houston is like a Gemini. I'll be honest with you. Houston is like
Right.
a
Right.
you never know, like, you know what I mean? Like Houston is a very big city. It's a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying, from like East Coast, West Coast. Houston is like a melting pot of a lot of different cultures, and
Mm-hmm.
you got a lot of different races of people. It could be as beautiful as you want it, or as ugly as you could possibly imagine. That's Houston in a nutshell.
Okay.
Um, mm,
So tell me this: who like on a personal level, who is y'all goat? Like, I want to know, like, from both of y'all, who is y'all goat in Houston? Like me personally, I know
mhm,
about damn near every Houston rapper
mhm.
from, you know what I'm saying, from Willie D all the way up. You feel
Okay.
me? But
Um,
who is y'all goat? Like, if you want to
um,
give me a top five, then give me a top five. But I'm talking about from y'all personal standpoint and who the city really stand behind. Who is y'all goat?
if I just had to judge
Houston
it,
Wise.
Yeah, Houston
Houston
wise.
wise,
Like Houston's GOAT.
if I
Shit.
had to judge it, man, I would have to say Scarface would be numero uno to
Yeah,
me.
Scarface, Ghetto Boys.
And if we really want to keep it G, in my opinion, Fat Pat would have surpassed Scarface if he wouldn't have died when he did.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Fat
I
Pat
can feel that.
had,
I can
yeah,
feel that.
yeah. So those is my top out the city.
Yeah, because you can't, like, I mean, because once you want to say UGK from Beaumont. So, I mean, Port Arthur, they're from Port
Port
Yeah,
Arthur.
Arthur, yeah.
yeah.
That's in
So,
PA. Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
talking about
so
Houston, so, yeah.
other than that, then you got to throw
Well,
Snoop Dogg in there.
School
Gotta
got
throw
the
Snoop
biggest
Dogg in there.
impact, we could say, but that wasn't a rapper. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, oh
you
yeah,
can't
yeah.
throw rapper.
I was young listening to Chop and Screw mixtape,
I'm
bro.
about to say,
I
yeah, I'm
know
about to
for
say,
that.
yeah, DJ Screw and
yeah,
Michael
impact,
5000 Watts. Definitely.
impact. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they shook the culture. Them two shook the culture.
for
Then
sure.
you gotta throw in Jay Prince. You gotta throw him in there too.
But Prince
Well,
ain't no rapper though.
But
produce.
I'm saying, I thought it was influence or we were talking about
Oh yeah,
rappers.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
like I
yeah,
said,
yeah.
like
If
Rapper.
the
we talking
We're
about
talking about
influence.
rapper.
influence, yeah. If we talking about influence, then yeah,
Talking
Prince the number one.
Talking about lyrics, music, and
oh,
impact with the
okay.
music
Well,
type
well,
shit.
yeah, okay. Shit. You gotta throw in Mike Jones a little flip. You gotta throw them in there.
You gonna throw flipping up?
Yes, definitely throw a flip in there.
Is you
Yeah,
hold on,
Flip
look,
was yo, I
hey,
don't care.
look,
Flip
look.
was
hold
Flip
on,
is
it's,
like
hold on.
Flip is like that
I just
person. Like Flip is like that person that you was proud of when you was younger. Then you got a little older. You was like, oh, oh man.
I
But
just
when
need
you
to
was
know.
younger,
I
you
just
was
need to
on
know.
that shit 100. Like, you know what I
I just
mean?
need
what?
to know from no
I'm
Man,
just
ordinary
saying that's
come
brother.
Flip.
on, King.
Hey, from
Come
no
on.
ordinary brother, I just need to know one question and one question only.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Are you from Cloverland?
Who?
Are you from Cloverland?
Oh, he talking
We
about that
clipping that
T.I. He
part
talking
up.
about that
We
T.I.
clipping that
shit.
part
Yeah, he
up.
talking about that T.I. shit. Nah, I'm not from Cloverland. We got homies from Cloverland.
Okay,
Mm.
I was just trying to see was it a biased opinion or that's just really how you feel about Flip. I ain't
Nah,
gonna
Hey,
lie.
bro,
Lil
like
Flip was the
y'all gotta
shit,
stop that,
but
bro.
Flip Gates, look,
No,
Flip Gates, I
no.
don't know who Flip Gates
Look,
is, but Lil Flip
look,
was the nigga. I
look,
do
bro.
Bro,
understand.
let's
Bro,
not
Lil
do
I
Flip
that.
was the
swear to
nigga
God,
that Flip
look,
Gates
no
was.
lie, no lie. I swear to God, you gotta understand. I'm relatively young. You feel me?
Bro.
So, like, of course, like the first Houston rappers I ever heard, I heard was UGK, but it was on Big Pimpin'. You feel me? I
Yeah.
didn't hear Riding Dirty until a little bit
Okay,
later. You know what
Man.
I'm
okay,
saying? My
okay.
parents put me on though. So,
Oh, well, shit. You can throw Canary there. I guess you could. I guess you could.
whoa,
Like the
hold
goat?
on. But look,
Oh,
so like, do what I'm
we talking
saying.
about influence.
This what I'm saying though. Like I fought with Flip because I remember the Leprechaun album. I remember
Right.
that.
Yeah. Okay. All
So
right.
Yes,
so I
legend.
can't.
Okay.
So it's like I'm not mad at that, but
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying is like you got a lot of niggas out of Houston for you
Mm-hmm.
just to be like Flip.
Bro. Give me some more right now. Give me some people. Outside of
Zero,
people we can't.
Man, look,
I was
zero.
gonna
I'll
say
tell
J
you.
Dog.
No. Matter of
No,
fact, it's
no.
crazy because
Goat wise, no.
you said Mike Jones and Flip.
Bro, that whole Swisher House movement is what put Houston back on the map.
But you
That's still tipping. And then they had their little own branches
But
off from there.
but if you do
but
that, you gotta go Slim Thug, because Slim Thug
that's what
got
I
I'm
the
just said Slim
saying.
Thug
name.
earlier.
You
I
ain't
said
gonna
Slim
put
Thug earlier.
You gotta go Slim
you gonna put
Thug.
Mike over Slim? I can see you put Mike over
Bro, I
Paul
actually put
Wall.
Slim and then I said Mike later on. Why you acting like these people didn't have no influence, bro? See,
Man,
all
bro,
right, if we say
I
now,
remember. You gotta remember, I was a kid when these folks came out, so I
yeah.
was the most impressionable at that point. So I really remember. You know what I'm saying? I remember putting foil over my teeth because I wanted grills like them people. I remember this. You know
Sure.
what I'm saying? But just all in
Uh,
all,
we
like,
gotta go to Bama, man. We gotta go to Bama, man.
Hold
yeah,
on, man. Do you
We
even
gotta
know
go to
about
Bama.
Devin the Dude?
yes, I know about Devin the
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude.
What you think about Devin the Dude then?
I wouldn't
I
put
think
him
he
in.
can't rap.
You say he can't rap?
Oh,
I don't think I look. I say it like this. Okay, I respect Devin the Dude because this man has had a 20-something year career. He's probably only had maybe 4 mainstream countrywide hits, and he's still making money off of rap. You gotta respect him. But he reminds me of Currency, meaning that like they
They ducked
got
off doing their own thing. Yeah.
huh?
okay,
They be ducked off doing their own thing.
okay.
Currency is
That's
Right,
a
cool.
great,
right,
that's a great
right. Like
argument.
you feel me?
That's a
That's what
great
I'm saying. Like,
argument.
so I respect what they do, and they got particular songs that I like, or particular verses on other people's songs that I like.
Features.
But like,
Okay,
but to
okay.
like put them over somebody like Zero. Like
Yeah,
y'all ain't mentioned Zero
you
yet.
can't, you can't. And that's the reason why I didn't do that. It's the reason why I didn't do that.
Zero.
Y'all ain't
That's
mentioned
the
Crazy.
Mo
reason why.
yet. Like
That's the reason
y'all
why.
and I feel like that's
But
so
I'm going,
disrespectful.
listen, I guess I'm
Well,
going
I
more
didn't do
mainstream.
it
I'm
because
going
when I
more
had
mainstream,
to.
bro. I'm actually going more mainstream, bro. I guess that could be my
Well,
fault.
it's no Houston artist that's been more mainstream than Scarface. I think I'm safe there. Scarface has been more
I could have sworn Slim Thug
main.
was. Slim Thug was everywhere.
Yeah, I ain't
Slim
gonna
Thug
lie.
Yeah,
was everywhere.
Face,
I ain't gonna lie.
Face
Slim
did it.
Thug,
Slim was
Slim
on
Thug a little.
everything.
That boy
Face,
got song with Beyonce. That boy for
Beyonce, I'm
yeah,
real.
about to say, bro,
but
you gotta
but
get if
but
you.
Slim Thug did that mostly in a time period where he was signed to Pharrell. We got to
Yeah,
that the
yeah,
exposure came from the Neptune movement.
Exactly, you
yeah.
gotta
But
capitalize on
Faith
it, man.
did it in the 90s without all of that. Like he said, he said he heard UGK on
Big
the
pimping.
whole like the big pimping type of thing. So
Major.
that would exclude UGK from the biggest mainstream shit that came out of Texas. The only other person is Scarface. That's the only other person.
Bro, that's
When you
cool.
add
That's cool. Okay, I'm gonna put it.
If
We about to go through a whole
we being
goddamn
honest,
music thing
no,
right
I'm just being
after
honest,
this.
man.
if we
No
being
artist
honest,
has done what Scarface has done
if
in
we being
Houston.
honest, bro,
Nobody's done what Scarface
the
has done.
biggest mainstream artist out of Houston, if we just being completely honest, is Chameleon now. No, they still play Riding Dirty to this day, man. Like, ain't nothing bigger out of Houston than Riding Dirty. No song. Now it's something. Look. I said, look.
We gotta end this right now. He said the
Look.
biggest
I
song.
said bigger. Look, I said bigger. I didn't say better. I did not say better.
I said biggest. I said biggest. I didn't say better.
Scarface, bro.
I said the biggest
Thanks,
song
bro.
out of Houston from a
Everybody,
Houston rapper is Riding Dirty.
No, it's not.
Bro, you can turn on the whitest movie right now. They will play Riding Dirty as comic relief, bro. They not playing Scarface on no white
Bro,
folks
they
movie.
play that song when it's a cop movie, when it's cop comedy. They don't just play that song just to play it. Like, stop playing with me, man.
We gotta go to Bama, man.
All I'm saying
He's crazy, man. He's crazy.
All I'm saying is I never heard I seen a man die or gangsters don't live that long on no movie. And those are great fucking songs by Scarface, bro.
True.
Riding Dirty.
But look at how much music has been sampled from Scarface versus Chameleonaire. We are still sampling Scarface's music, like to this day.
Yeah.
You don't get Mary.
Dirty, man.
Mary was like the most sampled.
I like Face. I put Scarface over damn near everybody. The only competition I see as far as like what hip hop is, who makes the better songs, fuck the mainstream shit, is Scarface. Is Scarface Pimpin' Bun. Period.
Pimpin' Bun. Yeah, I explosive wise. But we talking about lyrics.
Scarface Pimpin' Bun.
I thought we were talking about lyrics at first. He was talking about
lyrics. Yeah, but we talking about like just lyrics.
Okay,
I would say
if we talk about like
Pat and Zero.
Pimp C came with a certain swag that he ain't need lyrics. But if we talking about just strictly lyrics, then it's Bun B and Scarface.
On that note, I would say, like I said, I would say Scarface and Fat Pat, then Zero. Those are mine.
I like Fat Pat. I like Zero more than I like Fat Pat. Fat Pat time got
Fat Pat didn't have that much time.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Give my bro, give him about 3 more years, man. Give him about 3 years, man. You know what I mean? Bounce, do that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, so look, we gotta do the Bama thing, man. So Bama, how you feel about Yellow Wolf, man? How you feel about Yellow Wolf? Artist,
don't ever ask me about him again, man. Come on, man. We got so much great talent that comes straight out of Mobile that I don't even want to hear about no Yellow Wolf, man. Yellow Wolf ain't it, man. He don't speak for us. I ain't never heard a Yellow Wolf song in my life, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh yeah.
Pop that song. You know what? Pop that song.
Who? Don't pop this song.
I was saying, man, Yellow Wolf got some shit, man.
Listen, man. We got.
Who you fucking with? Give me your top 2 out of Alabama, man.
Listen, man. Out of Alabama, just Mobile alone. I ain't gonna talk about like other cities, cause we got some good rappers out of other cities in Alabama too. But just Mobile alone, we have some. If not legends already, they legends in the making. You feel me? We got people like Rich Boy. You can't deny Rich Boy. Rich Boy had a good album.
I didn't know he was from Bama. I thought he was from Atlanta. Okay.
Rich Boy from Mobile.
Throw some D's on that bitch. Yeah.
You put Rich Boy over Yellow Wolf?
Yes. What?
Lyrics?
No.
No,
we talking about
not
okay.
I was like, no.
All right. I was making sure. Okay.
Rich Boy,
like Impact, lyrics.
That album, that Impact, how he presented the culture of my city. Rich Boy gotta go there. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay. All right.
Okay. You got Rich Boy. You got Rollo Rodriguez. You got No Cap. You got Young Blue. You got Honeycomb Brazy. Like, you feel we got some people that come out of Alabama. You got Doe B. You feel me? Like, you got Biggie Avo. We got people that come out of Alabama that's really rapping and they really make sense and they got bars. Like, you can't come to me with no Yellow Wolf, man. I don't listen to no Yellow Wolf, man. Like, that ain't it right there. I ain't gonna lie to you. Nobody in Alabama listen to Yellow Wolf except for Yellow Wolf cousins and shit. Like,
White people, you sound a little racist right there.
Yeah, other white people. Oh God. Other white people, yeah, but I don't listen to no Yellow Wolf. I'm just being real. Now, if Yellow Wolf called me and say he want to do a song, I might do it. It depends.
Nah, he heard you. Yeah.
Oh well, shit is over with then. Hey, if you say something like that about my opinion, then I can't be mad at you, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. But what I'm saying is, we got some people. You know what I'm saying? We got some people that can really rap. They make good songs. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? For better or for worse, some of them need to stay out of jail. If they stay out of jail long enough, they'll be way bigger than what they are. You know what I'm saying? And either way it go, you feel me? They are great artists, bro, and they on their way up. You feel me? We got platinum artists coming out of my city, bro. I just told you, my city got less than 200,000 people. How we got platinum artists coming out of here, and it's a multitude of people. And then on top of that, we have like Mobile, Alabama has the most NFL draft picks per capita of any city, and it's been like that for at least 10 years now.
Yeah, we need you come. We need you come to brand is, you know what I'm saying? Get that hog tie in the motherfucker. Yeah. Get him in that.
All right. Hey,
look. Yeah, get him in fullback. Yeah, put him in fullback, man.
Fullbacks, linemen, and receivers. We got all that, man. We don't play like boy.
Y'all mostly work that line though. They mostly get them for that line though.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. We got a kid right now. He a high school player. I don't know if he in the 11th grade or the 12th grade, but all I know is, man, that little kid averaged the most points out of every high school player in the country right now. That man averaged like 49 points on guard. Alabama. Out of Mobile. He go to a high school in Mobile on the west side. I swear to God. I ain't gonna say he ranked number 1 in the country, but his points per game average is definitely number 1 in the country. They can't stop him. He's a fucking bucket. I swear to God.
Bet that. All right,
like, we got some talent that come out of DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins from my neighborhood.
He from the okay. I ain't know that.
Yeah. Bro.
All right. I ain't know that. Boogie.
Boogie from my neighborhood, bro. Real talk.
I think the last question we both can ask, man, on your project, give us the name of the project for the viewership, and then give us your top bar, your top lyric out of that whole project, if you can, and go in depth into it, and then we can close it on that one.
Damn.
We can do that.
Yeah. Too big.
Give them the name of the project, and then give us that top bar on the project. Yeah.
Well, the project is a self-titled project, which a lot of rappers don't do that no more. I feel like I wanted to do that. So the project is Big Spud. You feel me? It's a self-titled project. My heart is bar. Then you put me on the spot, because I got some shit on there.
Yeah.
Damn. I think I don't know, bro. I like that one line I said on that line I said on the Spaz app, where I was like, damn, what I said. I was like, young bright nigga rose through the dark, had to learn to keep my drive, said I'm crazy not the park. They tried to say I'm bullshit, and I tried to show them it was art. So they told me prove them wrong since I'm feeling like I'm smart. And I ain't need the recognition, I just did it from the heart. I fuck this bitch, then I act like I don't know her, like the Ark. And I just left the cookie stove. I got numbers on the cart. You come up short, you get choked about that dough like you bark.
No, I need that dough, man. I need that dough.
I remember that. I remember that one. Yeah.
No, don't do that.
I remember that one. Yes, sir.
He said, don't do that.
Yes, sir. Hey, so tell the people, man, what platforms they can tap into your project on, man. For the people
it's on
that don't
all
know.
streaming platforms. It's on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal. Sign Me Ho is on Tidal. You can get it on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it went on SoundCloud, but I'm gonna upload it on SoundCloud later on tonight. You know what I'm saying? For all my people who like, you know what I'm saying, you looking for something free that you can keep playing while, you know what I'm saying, your phone locked. I'm gonna put it on that. But it's literally on all streaming platforms that you can think of. You can look me up on Russian Google. It's gonna be there, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yes,
No, I'm fucking with it.
Hey, great interview, man. I'll tell you up front, man, this is one of my favorite interviews, man. Very intellectual, very locked into your music. y'all make sure y'all definitely tap into the brother's music. He talking a lot of that shit. You know what I mean? Talking that talk official podcast. Make sure you follow at Noah and their brother. I go by the name of King Exodus. We got that YouTube link in our bios. And we're going to put the homies YouTube link in the episode as well. So make sure you tap into all platforms. Please follow the brother. Great brother, great music, great project. Tap in.
Man. I appreciate y'all boy having me, man. Anytime, man. Anytime y'all want me. Hey,
Sir.
it's whatever. I blow up. I'm still there for you on everything.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, for sure, man. Appreciate y'all boy.